Welcome back to PCOS Healing Adventure with me, Dr. Ami Patel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing 5 tips that you can implement to start managing your PCOS. These are tips that I found useful myself, and they're going to be a little bit different than what you typically hear. So let's jump right into them. My number 1 tip for managing PCOS is do not focus on weight loss. What? That's right, I said do not focus on weight loss. I know, that's the opposite of what you ever hear from any doctor or any provider, but hear me out on this. It's really difficult to lose weight with PCOS, and the conventional things that work for other people that don't have PCOS do not work for women that have PCOS. And it can get really stressful and upsetting and just lead to sometimes maybe even gaining more weight. So my tip is don't focus on weight loss. Try to implement other lifestyle changes and be consistent in those, and eventually the weight will come off. Also, I recommend not to weigh yourself every single day or even every single week. The reason for this is I think it's really frustrating. Sometimes when you don't see progress, you kind of give up on yourself, you just get frustrated. I recommend waiting about a month and weighing yourself once every month, and also doing body measurements. Now I'll include a link in the description box below for a chart that shows you where to do the body measurements. But this way you can track your progress. Sometimes you may see a difference in the inches that you may not necessarily see on the scale at first. So try that suggestion out and let me know what you think. My second tip for managing PCOS is to actually eat more food. I know, you're thinking first she tells me don't focus on weight loss, now she's saying to eat more food, but hear me out on this again too. So I'm recommending to not restrict calories down to 1,200 calories and to make sure that you're eating 3 meals a day. I know sometimes that you may think like, okay, let me skip breakfast so that I'm not eating more than 1,200 calories a day. But actually doing things like this actually puts stress on your body, and your body does not understand that, okay, the year is 2021 and that you're purposely going on a low calorie diet. It just thinks that, okay, why am I not getting food? What's going on? Is there like a famine coming up? Should I store the food that I am getting into fat? And that's what your body starts doing. And that's why it makes it harder to actually lose weight, because of those factors. So I'm recommending to try to eat at least 3 meals a day and making sure that you're eating more than 1,200 calories a day. My third tip for managing PCOS is to keep track of your symptoms or to journal them. And this is not something you have to do forever, but it's something that will help you get more in tune with your body and understand your PCOS better. So symptoms you can keep track of are things such as getting a headache, having a new breakout, feeling constipated or bloated, getting anxiety, having sugar cravings, how intense your sugar cravings are. Something else you can take note of is how satisfied you feel from a meal and how long it takes for you to get hungry. These things will help you get more in tune with your body, and it will let you see patterns specifically for you. You may start noticing that, oh, if I eat X, then I end up getting a breakout in 1 to 2 days. And knowing these types of things will help you determine what's the best for your PCOS. You don't have to wonder like, okay, if I'm making this change, is it actually helping me or not? And you can target the specific foods after you know what the triggers are. My fourth tip for managing your PCOS is about trying to find the right doctor. So I know that going to the doctor's office can cause a lot of anxiety and frustrations, and I know most women with PCOS have a bad experience with going to the doctor's office, myself included. But I think that if you are newly diagnosed with PCOS or just starting to manage your symptoms, or you think you have PCOS and you want to get diagnosed, you are going to have to go to the doctor's office to at least get some basic lab work done, just to have a baseline of where you are. And these are my tips for trying to find a semi-decent doctor that can at least order lab work for you, if nothing else. So I would say call your insurance company and get a list of providers that are in network. So I'm talking about insurance and healthcare in America. So try to get a list of OBGYNs and endocrinologists that are in your network. Afterwards, you can, Google and see if they have experience working with patients that have PCOS. After that, if you find 2 to 3 providers, you can call your insurance company and just make sure that, oh, hey, if I see this provider, what's my copay? And if I end up seeing 2 or 3 providers of this type in the same calendar year, what would my copay be for each visit? And the reason I recommend this is I know that since we have a hard time finding a doctor that's a good fit for us, it may take several...
Doctor?
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 Doctor.
Doctor?
Doctor.
Doctor?
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 And doctor.
And it may take 3 to 4 months in between appointments. So after you find several doctors that you like, I would recommend that you make appointments for them as soon as you can. And instead of waiting to go to one and then making the other appointment, I just recommend that you make all the appointments at the same time as soon as they're available. And then after you go to your first doctor's visit, if you feel like this doctor isn't the best fit for you, then you at least have another appointment coming up in about a month or so, as opposed to waiting like another 3 to 4 months and then going to that doctor. And if that doesn't work out, then waiting another 3 to 4 months and then seeing that doctor. So that's my tip on how you can try to find the right provider in a quicker fashion. My 5th tip for managing PCOS is to get moving. Now you're probably wondering, what is the best exercise for PCOS? Any exercise that you enjoy is the best type of exercise for PCOS. Don't get too stressed out or overthink like, okay, I have to do this type of exercise for 30 minutes on this day, and the next day I have to do 30 minutes of this exercise. Just focus on doing 5 to 10 minutes of exercise that you enjoy, and just increase the amount of days throughout the week. The key to exercising or any lifestyle change that you make for PCOS is consistency, and that's the best way you're going to see results. And instead of focusing on perfecting your exercise regimen, just focus on progressing in it. These are 5 tips that I found helpful when I started managing my PCOS. I hope you found them helpful too. Leave me a comment telling me one thing that you do that you find helpful in managing your PCOS. If you learned something new or enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button. If you want to make sure you don't miss any videos like this as I elaborate on topics, make sure you hit subscribe.
Please, Okay, thank you.
As always, thank you guys so much for watching my video and supporting me. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at PCOS Healing Adventure. And as always, remember to be kind to yourself, be patient, and focus on progress and not perfection. Thank you.